she did two things. One, she stole a property, and two, she exported 250 plus thousand euros to Switzerland. So there is also tax evasion. So also this small portion, there was like 74 square meters of store was sold to the son, in which he says, Peter Crisper, that he received 400,000 euros in cash, to acquire these 74 square meters. I saw how Prozenc was behaving with my mother. They were hugging, oh, I will take care of you, you know that my heart is in everything that happened to your family.
Your attorney actually committed a fraud, and she transferred her own apartment to herself.
Absolutely, that's exactly
let's say no help with the sign of your mother, who did not realize what she signed actually.
My mother never realized that she became suddenly the director of my own company. And she didn't realize also that she was signing under her name the sale of the apartment to Prozenc. Everything was done in Slovenian. She brought her to a notary, sign here, sign there. My mother was literally very...
But she was already also, but she was also, I don't know, old.
She was old, but also she was a woman that trusted people. She was
she
had a good heart. She, you know, I saw how Prozenc was behaving with my mother. They were hugging. Oh, I will take care of you. You know that my heart is in everything that happened to your family, and I want to bring justice, and so on and so on. And so I have to say, we have to give probably an Oscar to Prozenc for acting, because she really knew how to be friendly and caring, while instead she was stabbing us. She was taking things away from us, and we were believing that she was there to protect our interests. So in 2004, she transferred the property to her name. So she made my mother sign for my company and for herself, and suddenly she becomes the owner of this apartment. She pays to my mother close to 250,000 euros. So she sends her money to buy that apartment to the account of my mother. But what is incredible is that few days earlier, she, because she had the power of attorney on the account of my mother, where all the rental, etc., would go, she transferred 255,000 euros to her numbered account at UBS in Switzerland. So in reality, what she did two things. One, she didn't pay for the apartment because she took money from my mother that were on the account, and made appear that she paid officially, but in reality she used my mother's money that she sent to Prozenc's account in Switzerland. So she did two things. One, she stole a property, and two, she exported 250 plus thousand euros to Switzerland. So there is also tax evasion. So a few years later, in 2016, I believe, I heard rumors that she was renovating her apartment. And I said, how she can do anything in her apartment without my permission? Because I'm the owner, she has to ask to do things. So I hired I started becoming suspicious about Prozenc. Also because I would come at least twice a year here to Slovenia.
Your mother is still alive?
No. She passed away a year and a half ago.
Oh, but she was still alive when your attorney is renovating the flat.
Oh, yeah.
And then you realized that she actually transferred
I was
the ownership.
I was communicating with Prozenc at least every 2-3 months by phone because I was living in the United States.
Yes, I understand.
Everything is okay, nothing that I should know. Oh, everything is okay, etc. Then I would visit usually in the springtime or after summer because I would spend the summer in Italy or Europe in general. So I would also come to Slovenia and visit her and look at the building. Is everything okay? And Federico, all is okay. The bank is happy. The UniCredit purchased Austria Bank, but they want to stay here. So to me, it was a stable situation. The bank had the majority of the building. Then there were a couple of other businesses in other floors. And then there was 3-4 tenants that were paying a very low rent. And to me, one of the 3 or 4 tenants was Prozenc. And instead, she stole the property. But because it happened in 2004, and then in 2007, she stole the ground floor store on Wolfova, and for her son. Her son has a business. He sells luggage, and he has this store that was a small one, and she bought from my mother and my company with the same in the same way.
Power of attorney.
Using the signature of my mother, that she didn't know that she was the director of my company.
Yes.
And she didn't know what she was doing because she thought that she was signing
something else.
Documents to get land back. So also this small portion, there was like 74 square meters of store was sold to the son. And he was selling luggages from this little store. Then next to that store, there was a larger store where Benetton was for several years. Then suddenly Benetton goes away, and the son takes over Benetton.
As well.
Yeah. And then in no rent. So I discovered that later, and I said, excuse me, where are the documents that you are the owner? Because he was claiming to be the owner of both stores. And so he produced a document signed by a friend of my mother, Peter Crisper, in which he says, Peter Crisper, that he received 400,000 euros in cash, to acquire these 74 square meters. And when I challenged him also on the fact that there were 74 square meters, how come he has 200? Because he took over the other place as well. So I went to court, and in court I said, Judge, this man says that has paid 400,000 euros to a person that is completely unrelated to my company, that is unrelated to my mother. It was simply a friend. And who pays 400,000 euros in cash anyway? We're talking about 2007. And in the contract, it says 74 square meters, but he has almost 200. So how can he be the owner of 74 square meters when clearly was a wrong contract because was signed by a person that doesn't exist? Okay? And secondly, how can he claim to have almost 200 square meters when officially it was only 74? Well, the court did not hear my arguments because they say that was time barred, because it was too late for me to make these claims. And I was like, I learned about it.
If it's fraud, I believe if there is a fraud, it's at least 15 years statute of limitation.
Well, there is 3 years from when you know, and then there are 15 years.
In which they have to prosecute.
Yeah, they have to accept to prosecute.
Yeah.
So I hired a lawyer that I believed in, and instead he was very afraid to go against establishment. And so he represented me, but he didn't represent me correctly. And so he managed to have a certain time.
In which way he didn't manage to represent you correctly?
Because he, when I reestablished myself as the director, actually that's very interesting. It's a very interesting technical point. I never resigned from my company as a director.
Yes.
So I stayed as a director forever, from 1994.
Okay.
So even if she canceled my name, doesn't mean anything, because she didn't have my resignation. When a director resigns from a company, there is a document. The document wasn't there. So it is incredible that a notary notarized that act of transfer from me to another person that doesn't exist, by the way, anagraphically, without even seeing a letter of resignation. So in reality, I had to do nothing to rehabilitate myself as a director, because I was a director the whole time. I just communicated to Prozenc that the person that was in the registry was the wrong one. And so then I had to discover everything that happened through a new attorney. And this attorney was very slow in discovering things and basically bringing me evidences of what she did. So certain times they expired. And so I was only able to sue her civilly and not criminally. And the court, when I went civilly, said it's too late.
They do say it's too late.
Yeah, it's already 10 years, so you can't claim anything.
So
in any country, in Italy, where I lived, in the United States, where I lived for many, many years, and I worked as a businessman, the time of prescription starts from the time that you learn about something, not when the act is
signed or presented or whatever.
Not when occurs, okay? Because would be too easy for people to steal. I can essentially sell your home without you knowing anything. I sell your home to a third person, and 10 years later, that person comes to you and says, I'm the owner of the house, you have to leave. I said, what are you talking about? How can you be the owner of my house? Yes, that person sold it to me, and now because 10 years passed, you didn't know anything, you have no legal rights. This is the absurdity of the legal system in this country.